Hey folks, welcome back to the Always Take IT channel. I'm Dean Bos, and I needed to, again, put my thoughts zero, do something. So yeah, we got this girl over in the United States that I want to visit, and we kind of a fight. I don't think it's a big deal anymore. I mean, something we learned, but yeah, doesn't really want to talk anymore like we did, which sucks. She kind of ghosted me for like a whole week. Really played on my mind. Don't know where we are. Still hope she wants me to come to the US. We looked up some visa stuff like that, you know. And yeah, what else? That up some visa stuff, looked up some COVID stuff. So yeah, I'm not fully mentally really happy at the moment. I mean, you know, if we can just go back to how things were, I guess things will work out. I don't know. Just don't know. Anyway, let's, uh, let's get to this game. Oh, yeah. Uh, Radium. Oh. Which the are we at the outposts? Are we at the outpost? Yeah, we already went there, I guess. Uh, where do we fast travel? It's okay. It's Spencer's choice. So you can hear me chew. I'm sorry for that, but like I said, I'm not really happy, so eat licorice. Well, it's an anxiety thing, I guess.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders! Come on out!
I see someone there. I don't think they are friendly.
Be a great warm-up.
Hush.
Don't mess with us.
No. You're not. Oh, really nice people. Bitch. It's Spencer's choice.
Hey, take a gander. Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. What did you do? I don't... They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. gonna leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
Anderson, and we're back.
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick. That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does. That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait. What's up?
I need to...
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Oh god, no,
You're
what?
adjusting before you call. You're anticipating it. You...
Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control here, Parvati, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. You're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten sal tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hips square. Lean forward a little. It's just equipment. You're just an engineer using it.
Ah!
Okay. We'll try again later.
Pardon
You'll get it. I
me.
promise.
Something busted, Captain? Oh, you mean Sam? He's just the sweetest, ain't he? A real charmer, my dad'd say. Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. Maybe ask him what he prefers. It ain't nice to give folks a nickname without him giving you the okay first, you know? Of course, that don't stop Felix.
Hey, Cap. I'm still not quite sure what to make of that Max fellow. Sometimes he reminds me of Anders, and the way he stares at things as if he's gonna dismantle them. Shit. Look at me dredging up bygone days. Forget I said anything. I will.
Ellie. One-time barrels. Hmm. 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 Spread it over on. What range? Bigger. Man. Okay. So I'm going for primal blast. Let the skiller.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Destination reached. Skiller.
Hey, boss, I want to talk to you. Hey, boss,
No,
got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head? You got the wrong idea, boss. It ain't like that. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent. Figured I should let you know, seeing as we're on Scylla and all. Clyde's got a base on the other side of this rock. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
He just said that I could travel. Yeah. Others can go back the game with me later on. Oh. Almost fell there.
I shipped with a merc who had a gun like yours, Nyoka. He polished it, sang to it, slept with it. Not like that, as far as I know.
Sounds like he had himself a discerning palate. Where are you going with this?
He couldn't hit the broadside of an assault cruiser, hence the tin shredder.
Wouldn't be the first man I met bearing compensation for his lack of skill.
Only need one or... Three. Got it.
I never smell another raft, it'll be too soon.
Weren't you a Sawbones? Figured you ought to have smelled worse.
Sure, but those things reek like bad cologne. It's different.
I'm with you there. At least humans have the courtesy to wait a while before their bodies start to stink.
Really?
As I was telling you, I'm with you there. At least humans have the courtesy to wait a while before their bodies start to stink.
Most of them.
That's stupid though. I mean,
I recognize this. Dead set on screwing this place up, too.
There's no credible research on the health effects of standing directly under a terraformer, Captain. In case you were wondering.
Nice work! Don't mess with us.
the other one. That's a really big one. Oh man, that's Jeez, where the fuck are you guys? Fuck are you all the way here? Nice loot though. Still.
What's up? Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch. There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon.
Oh,
Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Charon. He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are.
nigga, I can send her.
Hey, if we die in that cave, I just want to say thanks anyway. For everything. What's up? Oh, sure, Cap. Let me know if you want some company if I ain't blacked out.
Me? No. It's not. I thought, I could have, like, called somebody. but I guess I can. Ali and why do I have to go back? What? He said on Skilla, we're on Skilla. Why? What? What?
So then I told him, oh, ha ha ha, that tickles. How odd. No, don't desist. I think I might like it. Further data collection is required for accurate assessment.
It answers. Oh. Where do I need to go? What do you mean? Level 2 is landing bad on Skilla. Get with him. Okay. So. Oh. Got it. Took a little while. Take a little while. Get down to that. Ooh. Ooh. Atla.
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going? Yeah. The captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you, then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah, I'm Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through. Got my sights on you.
I don't. Let's go. Hey.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see, or a you've aged, old man?
So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
I don't know what you're trying to say, but he's earned his keep with us.
Did he?
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix, but neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him. I understand that Felix is part of your crew, at least for now. If the thought of losing him troubles you, then understand that you're helping him solve a problem for an old friend. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely. We're not a band of common pirates, Captain. We are revolutionaries. I expect a certain degree of intestinal fortitude from my soldiers. Trask was a coward. Then Felix will have done me a favor, and I will be grateful. I imagine we'll catch up on lost time, have a long talk about his future. I don't contest your claim to Felix's services, but he is his own man, and we are all of us responsible for our own destinies.
Hey, boss has a point. You're talking about me like I'm not even here.
I'm negotiating with your captain. You are his subordinate, at least for now. Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
Clyde offered me a hand when nobody else would. I'd say I owe him a good turn.
There you have it, Captain. A favor for an old friend.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token.
I don't know.
Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it. I was working on this plan for years, saving every bit I could, drawing plans, biding my time. I never intended to spend my life laboring on the Groundbreaker. When the opportunity presented itself, I did what I had to do. I left.
You might have said something.
I had some ugly business in Scylla. If I told you, I would have implicated you. Hephaestus controlled mining operations all over Scylla. Most of these operations failed. The company pulled out and abandoned their facilities. Mostly abandoned anyway. This one was running on a skeleton crew. My associates and I seized control in a matter of minutes. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight. Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means, independent of any masters. One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. Until then, we bide our time. The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to us, we'll make them pay. Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside.
Is it?
Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to pieces.
That's true,
Entropy
but
is the
still.
natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready. Something on your mind?
Can we talk?
Hey. Oh,
Captain, I've been thinking.
oh no.
Something about this Harlow guy isn't on the up and up.
No, yeah, exactly.
You want to expand on that?
Come on, Felix. He's obviously up to something. Glad it's not just me. The way Harlow is leaning on his revolutionary bona fides, not to mention his knowing Felix back in the day, something about it feels off.
Clyde's a decent fellow. I mean, it's not like I'd take up with some double-dealing crook, right?
Good. That makes two of us. Something on your mind?
Clyde's got a crew of his own, huh? Good for him. Did you want to ask me something?
You know,
I know. Clyde comes off rougher than Mantisaur hide. He's a good guy, though. Just gotta get to know him. I can always count on you for a straight answer. Honestly, he was a lot more condescending than I remember him. Okay, I get it. He's full of hot air. You're not wrong. Maybe we should go have a word with Trask. Get to the bottom of all this.
I told you, stressful. Rosanna, and all the way. Hey,
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
not again. You know what you guys doing?
What happens if we hit the
How
wall?
the three of you?
Most likely, the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad. Or hilarious. There's a tiny chance of a hull puncture, which would suck us into space one chunk at a time. Bad and hilarious.
Ugh. Just imagining that makes me sick.
That's why we don't miss.
Tinker with these things? And oh. Enough. Ish. 3, 4. Boom. Sad. Is like this. No. Are things that hurt us. Do-do-do. You don't need to. Hey.
Something on your mind?
Hey, Cap.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Ooh. Yeah. Mm. This one there. This one. No. Let's go. This one out. Out. This one 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 out. One out. Go. Boom. Hmm. Patience. I wanted to keep that one. My badge. Bunny. Stingray. Whoop. Those. And in there. Now do we don't really need all. Let's keep that one. It's cool looking. And good. Do, do, do.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like.
Oh, so
Something vexing you, Captain? I wouldn't say my parents disowned me, strictly speaking. But before they died, they accused me of thoughtlessly abandoning them. I couldn't understand it. I was only trying to make them proud by becoming a better vessel for the plan, to feel the joy they felt.
already said
was
that
so
so many
certain.
times.
Dust accumulation analysis. 2.5 years.
Yes.
Thank you, customer. This area is utterly filthy.
Yes, it is.
Clyde's got a crew of his own, huh? Good for him. Did you...
We assume now. I have a gun with a zoom and I don't know. Zoom. I am so smart. I am so smart. I am. Oh, smart. Okay. But right. Okay. So, basic combat. Fire, fire. Okay, so what? How? Huh? Okay. No idea how I win. Right. No idea. Let's zoom that. Is that? Oh, that's the same thing. I have a scope on my gun that doesn't really do anything. Right. Okay.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Oh, I need Felix with me, right? That means he knows Felix from here. I guess, you know? Beat me all the way. Jesus, I have that song in my head the whole time. Heck. It's not, but yeah, those can don't really need ones. It's not. Mm. Oh. Spacer's choice. Oh. Robert. Oh.
Hmm?
Oh. Probably best of somewhere. Now. It's called. Oh, you're a nice murder.
Move along.
No.
Hmm? Huh? Hey,
You do it.
carry on.
No.
Move along.
Oh.
Huh? Hey.
E.
This is Halcyon News.
You mind trying to have a moment here?
Well, excuse.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Well, excuse.
That's Harlow's mark. No mistake. Guess he's not letting this one go. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. Not on my account. Yeah, well, you got reason to mistrust Harlow. He's a surly git, but he's devious. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know. Please, just make it quick.
Of course.
That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw,
I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to. Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
So Clyde sent Trask the same message he sent me. What's the problem?
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus. Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order. No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. No offense meant. Just been a long day is all.
I buy you a drink?
It's been a day. Could use a little privacy if you don't mind.
I wanted...
We still going after Trask, boss? Yeah, boss?
Oh my.
Hey, that's against me!
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, my mistake.
I'm sleeping. I forgot. Yeah. That was so bad. That was my own fault. I actually thought it was like a collectible and I could just take it. Guess I was wrong. All of my camera. Just an hour. Jesus, just an hour. Like I've been getting
My vacuum
way
tubes.
longer.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain. Take someone to watch your back, please.
We need to take Felix. Jeez. He's been weaker than freaking PewDiePie. He's pretty weak. Everything. Right. Where do I go? 700. What? 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 All the way there. Oh. It's not the worst unless the worst. It's Spacer's choice. Let's talk to Adelaide for a second. Because I didn't talk to her after I rewired everything.
That low, pleasant hum of electricity. It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Yeah, that.
Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go. I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life. You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Yes. It's really what I wanted to do,
Feeling if no one sees?
Yes. I wanted to shoot the one guy in the head down. But I didn't do that. How do I get there then? Nice. At those things. Go. We come in peace. Please do not shoot us.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
I'm back.
Former wife. And if you so much as hurt a hair on Rosanna's
I
head,
won't.
I will put you in the ground.
Accidentally,
Yeah, okay. I'm having a conversation with a hired killer, but I'm supposed to relax. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying.
I got no intention of.
How do I know that I can trust you? You've got good instincts, then. You were right not to trust Harlow. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us.
The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All the palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You can't be serious. I've known the guy for years.
Yeah, that's about how I reacted when I found out. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
So, somewhere I need to get the papers first.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
The last time I wanted to do that, I couldn't.
Oh, what do you got there? Is that a scrap of Ellie's jacket in your midst, Sam? Come to see Sam? That was sweet of you. Here, I was just leaving. Felix keeps asking me to watch some adventure serial with him. It's not my thing, but he's real sweet about it.
Every Sam unit comes lean, mean, and ready to clean.
Okay. See? All right. Okay. Oh, I hate when this game do that. actually get to that. Ooh. Walker.
That machine stole my bits. Why do we even have one of these?
Okay. How do we get that? This way. Do. Terrible.
What's the word? Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own executioner. He'd say anything to preserve his life. That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand? Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for. You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face. How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor, and I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me.
Wait, what?
I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Looks like we're doing it. Everyone all right?
Hold on. Loot. kill me, man. Oh, I'll die. All the way. Yes.
What was that?
They're on us.
It's really bad. Too bad that we can't steal those things and just, head to a fleet or something, It would have been so cool. They gave Felix his own ship. Gave Gar his own ship so I can recruit more people. Stuff like that. No. And do that. That was it. We take over this base. And it's a nice base. Nice location. It would have been cool, But also take over bases. I left feet.
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think. No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me. I just hope I never turn out like that. Selling my soul for a fistful of bits. I ought to thank you for that. Keeping me on the straight and narrow. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground.
What?
I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
That one. Okay. You know, that would have been.
Those guys are either gonna try to shoot us or sell us something potent. Either way, should be fun.
Clyde must be inside.
Okay. I know there's a lot of. Junk. 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 See. Nice. You're gonna wait. No, shall the jungle. Spacer's choice. Oh, wait, not Spacer's choice.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to...
Already right there. Parvati. Go. Ooh. Ooh.
the bridge?
No.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match.
Do we need to go this way though?
Everyone all right?
Back. Back.
Whew. Here we go. I haven't set foot in here since... Well, I'm ready. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Here we go. What's up?
Are you sure you're ready? Okay. Welcome back in the Manticore.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur. Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building. We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable. Believe me, I had my complaints. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
Make him regret it.
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you.
You're welcome.
You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest. What? Why? Them's painful memories, Captain. Huh. That ain't a bad point. All right, Captain. Thanks.
Watch this, right? What? Oh. Oh no. The guns? What do I have? What? Oh, I did not. 5. Really? Sucked. Now, oh, I actually have new armor. Balloon. It actually went down. Oh, wait. Suit. Got it. Feel that way. Her suit is free, man. So that's not. Okay. No. Gonna do this one. And we're gonna do that one. And then we go back to really? And I'm running. Lula. Lula. What were radio? No.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
See.
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it. With interest.
Nice one. You must have had them quaking on their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel bad.
Pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Would have felt better if it had worked.
What did I tell you? Harlow's down with the man shtick was just an act. No one who yammers that much means half of it. Take a page out of my rule book. Don't trust anyone. Then it's easy. Don't get all mushy on me now. Come on, what did we just learn? People look out for their own interests. It's a fundamental law of nature, same as gravity and conservation of motion. This is why I hate metaphors. Look, I see a lot of people, inside and out. When you get down to it, we're all made of the same stuff. Once you accept that, nothing much surprises you. I'm warning you, that reverse psychology stuff doesn't work on me.
Even you never really go at it, really.
There are worse things than a little solitude. Anyway, you really want to tell me you're helping the scientist because you think he'll save the colony? And here I thought I'd seen it all. This galaxy must be bigger than I'd thought. Enough about Harlow, though. Anything else?
Good to see you, boss.
Hooray!
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
First job. It's Mr. Choice.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular...
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge. A soft, sour candy shell around
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny-miny moe it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
That's the thing, you know, I got saying this.
We didn't have anything rosish in Edgewater. I heard it smells real pretty, though.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you. Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and Xenogold needle mushrooms. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia what specializes in sweets. Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
Stellar Bay. That one? That's from Stellar Bay.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
And
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills. I think I'll initiate.
Terror of the Frontier. Let's see. Oh, they see me now.
Sounds like wrapped in here.
Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the surface.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit. Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves. Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rats spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying.
No.
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh. My tongue's rumbling just smelling that casserole. The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kind of want to take a little taste. But I'm gonna be strong. Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts in them. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me all over creation, Captain. Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but I don't got nothing nice to wear, Captain. I don't have a head for fashion, and I can't really picture myself in something clean and pretty. There's this place I heard of in Byzantium, Jolicoeur's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect at a place like that. Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot, but you help me out every time. You're the best.
Hey, can we go to Byzantium then or not?
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
They always are. Let's see Byzantium under. Hello. Boniface. Groundbreaker. 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 Byzantium. Byzantium. Where the hell is Byzantium? Skate. You've been to get skate, you know. Look. Bill is there. There's the curious law. Is there maybe? 1, 2. Where do I need to go then? As we cannot go there yet. Even home is in Byzantium. It shows me. No. Think I need to this one first, or I can go to Byzantium. Okay. Do.
Seems like a nice little town. Except for all the dead critters.
A Mantiqueen.
Yeah. We felled it, mind.
Ah, the good captain. My iconoclasts sing your praises. I'm glad the eternal truth has finally guided you to us. Shed the trappings of a materialistic life, Captain. You'll find your soul much less burdened.
Also, we're broke.
Yes. If we were meant to enjoy the things that glitter and shine, the universe would provide them.
Damn right we can't. We're being eaten alive out here. We can't be throwing bits at...
Zora, please, we'll discuss this later. I apologize. My second-in-command can be overzealous at times. Now, why have you come? Stop. No. Spreading the truth is the only way to combat the board's poisonous campaign of propaganda against their people. I realize the board has blockaded our efforts, but Devil's Peak is an interplanetary radio tower. Surely somebody is listening. Surely?
Excuse me. I'm from Edgewater on Terra 2. If you'll pardon my saying, nobody I know's ever heard of you.
All the more reason to double down on our efforts.
Graham, we should be focusing on survival anyway. Food, ammo, and medicine. Maybe now's the time to pivot.
Pivot, huh?
Pardon me.
If radio isn't working, we might try another way. It seems the captain's timing is more than just serendipitous. It must be fate.
Of course.
I've had my sights on an old printing press for some time. The board uses magazines and advertisements to subtly focus the colony's attention. We will use their tricks against them.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
Help me clear out and repair the press, and I will have no need for that rust bucket of a radio tower. Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Forget it. Huxley's still recovering. She won't be up for a run for a while yet.
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead.
So you're her mysterious savior. She sings your praises.
That girl and her songs, so eager to learn, so bright-eyed, so tone-deaf. One of our sympathizers, a woman named Carlotta, periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable markup. She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north. Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine?
Yes.
Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage. Nice day, huh? For Monarch, anyway.
My brother. Extra food, so I'm going to do the extra food thing, of course. Way over there. I guess that's what we are going to do in the next thingy. Because I'm getting a bit of a headache. I'm sitting in front of the PC. So I'm going offline, guys. Oh, you know what I always say?